Hey guys, what's up? Dan Slobodan from First Strike Athletics. Today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my workouts that I use to develop strength and power for kickboxing and Muay Thai. And that's probably one of the best lessons you can take away from this video, is whatever tools you have, those are the ones you should be using. Okay, for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Dan Slobodan. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist from the ISSA. I'm also a black belt under Duke Rufus. I've been training people for over 15 years. Today I'm going to share with you a workout, but not just a workout. I'm going to share with you some of the principles that you can use to develop your own workouts to increase your strength and your power to become a better striker. And on this channel, that's what we do. We help make people better strikers. So if that's something you want, make sure you hit like and hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I make new videos. All right, so for this workout, we're gonna be using primarily the Landmine. I love this tool. It's such a great tool to be able to use to help develop athleticism. I'm a big fan of the basic squats and deadlifts and basic bench press and all that type of stuff. But with the Landmine, we're able to use transverse plane motion, meaning we can go side to side and rotate while we extend. So we're able to work in more of a 3D environment, which translates a lot better to athletics, I think. So nothing wrong with the basics, but it's really good to be able to explore these different movements. Also, as you may have noticed in this video, compared to some of my older videos, we don't have all that stuff anymore. I don't have a squat rack and bench press and all that stuff. This is one of the only tools I use. And that's probably one of the best lessons you can take away from this video, is whatever tools you have, those are the ones you should be using. Just because you lack something doesn't mean you shouldn't be training. The best tools to use are the ones you have available. And the Landmine is a great tool. In fact, if you look back at the very first video from this channel over 10 years ago, there was a training session with the Landmine. So I've been using this for over, probably 15, 16 years now. Great tool. All right, so let's get into it. The first one we're gonna be doing is a Landmine split, clean, and jerk. So this is a one-arm version of the Olympic lifting clean and jerk. I'm going to be using a pulling motion to get the bar up to my shoulder. Then I'm going to be using a pressing motion combined with my legs to push the bar in front of me. So this is very similar to the Olympic version, but what I like about this is it's a little bit easier on the shoulders because I'm not going straight over my head. My arm is coming up and slightly in front of me, and I'm in a neutral grip, which means my thumb is pointed away. And for me personally, I find that a lot easier on my shoulder. And of course, we can't talk about Landmine clean and jerks without mentioning Landmine University. If you really want to learn the details of these movements, go give these guys a follow. Now, the way I program my movements is I want to use the movements that require the most amount of neural output first. So movements requiring a lot of speed and power are first in the exercise, not last, not when I'm already fatigued. So the clean and jerk's gonna go first. Then I'm going to be using whatever's the most heaviest weight. So you're usually going to do your largest body parts first. So say you're doing squats, you do that before say you would be doing overhead press, because that requires the most amount of effort. So we're going to be doing the clean and jerk for power, then we're using heavy weights for doing the suitcase deadlift, then a pressing and squatting motion together, and then we're doing a rowing motion. So whatever exercises you choose, always put the ones that require the most amount of effort first. So power and strength go first, followed by maybe hypertrophy, if that's one of your things, followed by endurance at the end. Don't reverse those orders, it's gonna mess you up and it's gonna make things a lot harder to adapt to. All right, so next we have the suitcase deadlifts. I love this movement. You can put a fair amount of weight on here. I am using both my legs, so it's a bilateral movement. The weight is on one side, so I have to use what's called anti-flexion. I don't want the weight pulling me down. I'm gonna be right here. I'm also gonna be getting some good grip strength work in, as well as the core, like I was saying, and my legs. So it's a bit of a hinging motion. It's also a little bit of a squatting motion. I'm not too concerned with which one is more prevalent in this exercise. I'm gonna be hitting another squatting motion and another hinging motion later on in the workout. The main thing is I have a fair amount of weight that I can use to drive my strength. So typically, I will grab the bar down underneath the collar. It's a little bit easier to grip. I set my feet back so I don't drop the weight on them, and I'm gonna be lifting straight up. Now notice how I try to keep my back as straight as possible. You do not want to round it back. I do notice that my chin is up a little bit higher than it should be. Ideally, from your back of your head to your lower spine should be in a straight line, as straight as you possibly can. Okay, and again, as you're lifting the weight, if the weight is too heavy, it's pulling you down to one side like this. As you lift, it's too much weight. Take some weight off. Keep your shoulders straight, parallel to the floor. Shoulders over the hips. as you lift up, okay? The weight's pulling you to the side. That is no longer anti-flexion, it's pulling you down. You wanna keep your core nice and strong as you come up. All right, next up is a Bulgarian split squat to wall press. I love this movement. It's such a huge time saver because I'm hitting so many different things at once. I'm getting my quads, my glutes, my chest, my shoulder, and my triceps. So I'm getting a squatting motion combined with a pressing motion, and both of them are already compound movements, meaning they're multi-joint movements. On top of all that, it's also a contralateral exercise, meaning I'm gonna be using my core as well to keep myself upright. As I do this motion, I'm gonna be coming up fairly quick, almost like a thruster. The primary movers are my legs, and that energy is coming up through my core and into my arm and pressing out. So again, very similar mechanics of when we're throwing punches. Now in order to keep to actually challenge and stimulate my shoulder and my chest and my triceps in this movement, I bring that back slow in the eccentric phase. I'm coming up nice and quick, I hold it, I bring just my arm back slowly, back to the starting position, and then I go back down. So I want to kind of challenge myself on the way back down, this eccentric motion of my arm coming back to my shoulder. This is my setup. I get my feet just behind the bar where I'm sitting on the box, and then I can get it from there, and that's usually going to work pretty well for me. If you can't do the split squat with the box, just get rid of it, put your foot behind you, get your balance, and go from there. Once you get good at it, try doing it with the box. You have to force your supporting foot to do all the work. This is also going to help your balance and proprioception and ankle stability and strength. All right, so now we're going to the Meadows rows. This is named after John Meadows, very famous bodybuilder who passed away recently, actually. This is a staggered stance, pronated grip, unilateral row. So I'm pulling the weight up, bringing my elbow up and back, not out to the side. I want to make sure my elbow is going about 45 degrees back. And I'm actually cheating a little bit here. I'm using a little bit of leg drive. My upper body should stay more flat. So I'm lifting a little bit, which is not ideal. What you can do that will help with that is actually take your arm and wedge it between your thigh and your body. This will kind of help you keep it in the proper space. All right, so now that I've completed the power and strength portion of my workout, I'm gonna do a metabolic finisher. One of the things that this workout has lacked so far is a true hinging motion. The deadlift is, like I said, it was a suitcase deadlift, a bit more closer to a squat than a true deadlift. So I'm gonna be using some kettlebell swings and some burpees to finish up. That way I get the hinging motion that I need, and I get my heart rate up as a nice finisher for the end of this workout. I'm gonna be doing a 3-6-9 workout. I'm pretty sure this came from CrossFit. It's just 3 swings, 3 burpees, then 6 swings, 6 burpees, 9 swings and 9 burpees, and repeat that whole circuit 3 times. I generally get this done in around 4 minutes. So it's a very intense finisher that's gonna hit a lot of different things that I haven't hit in the other part of the workout. All right, so that's the workout, the strength and power and conditioning workout for Muay Thai and kickboxing. I got my power movement, I got a press, I got a squat, I got a hinge, and I got a pull. I've hit power for speed, I've hit maximal strength, and I've got a metabolic conditioning portion as well. So that is a complete workout that you can put into your routine. You can take from this what you will and adjust it to what you need to do. And if you have any questions, please put them down in the comments below. I'm always happy to help. Also, I've opened up an online coaching program, so if you think that's something you could benefit from and you would like to set up a free strategy call, I'll put the link down below. Go ahead and click on it, set up a free call. We can go through your goals and what you need to do. I can see if I can help you with that. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Train hard, train smart, train safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.